It is true, we are living through a watershed moment, a turning point in our personal lives and for our world community. There are critical concerns we need to address as individuals, as a nation, and as humans sharing one planet. My goal with Spread Goodness is not to deny what's true and scary in our world, but possibly offset some of the negativity we consume on a daily basis by showcasing what is good in our world. There's a lot of it. Perhaps it will replenish us, remind us who we are at the core of being human. What a miracle it is to be here on this planet at this moment in time, and possibly inspire us to do what we can to make our world a better place. This is Spread Goodness TV.
Hi, my name is Lisa Lang. I'm host of Spread Goodness TV, and we're here with you on the 4th of July, Independence Day, 2022. Before we get started, I want to acknowledge where I'm personally coming from on this particular afternoon. This morning, in my hometown of Highland Park, Illinois, there was a mass shooting during the 4th of July parade that I grew up attending. Obviously, this is devastating in anybody's community, and it's particularly devastating when it's your own. It is reported that 6 people were killed and over 24 people seriously injured. I spent all morning and most of the day today glued to CNN and Facebook, and what my family and friends witnessed is nothing new, unfortunately, for our country. I've obviously received a lot of texts and communication from friends and family, knowing that I have family right there in Highland Park, who were observing the tragedy from the rooftop of a nearby building. One of those texts was from a very dear friend of mine who says, "How on earth are you staying positive?" She went on to say a lot of other things, but she knows that generally speaking, I'm a fairly positive person. And I responded by saying, I don't necessarily feel positive during times like these. I do feel fueled to do something. I actually believe in our power to make a difference. And that's what I hope to do with this broadcast today and throughout the series of Spread Goodness TV. The world we live in isn't perfect. It's not something to feel positive about. But we do have a power to create what we do want to see in the world. I strongly believe in our power to create that world, and in order to create that world, we first have to envision it. And by seeing things that we love, by seeing the things that are working, it helps us to believe in that vision. At least that's what I believe. So here we are today on Independence Day, and I'm curious to know how people are celebrating. I'm curious to know what people believe we are celebrating and what people believe are the biggest challenges our nation and world is facing today. Because clearly we have big problems. I heard one of the experts on CNN today that we clearly have a problem with gun control in this country. The problem we're facing is uniquely American, and we have to get a handle on it. I couldn't agree more. So before we ask people in Santa Barbara questions about 4th of July and Independence Day, I'd like to ask you, what are we celebrating today? And if it's our freedom, what does freedom mean to you? We're standing here in front of United States of Espresso because if there's one thing that Americans can agree on, it's their coffee. And the very first person we're going to interview is the United States of Espresso owner, Kevin Battle. Nice to see you.
Yeah, good to see you as well.
Thank you. All right, so the questions we're asking today are, what are we celebrating today?
The 4th of July, the birth of our country, 1776 today.
Okay. And what are you personally are you celebrating?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite holidays to celebrate. My family's just sitting over there, but getting a chance to watch the fireworks. Normally I wouldn't be working, but because I've just started this business, I'm working. and thank God for that.
Yes, and thank God for you because we need our coffee.
Yes, we all do, yes.
Thank you. And so today it's also Independence Day. It's freedom,
Yes.
for freedom as a country.
Yes.
And I'd like to just ask, what does freedom mean to you?
To me, freedom is the ability to go out and kind of chase the American dream, you know, to start your own business and to try to make success of yourself and success for your family. Obviously, it's the freedom of speech and freedom of religion. And I think I'm just grateful. I think we should all be grateful for the men and women who've sacrificed so much to give us this freedom. And as much as sometimes the freedom hurts when others take advantage of it, it's what our country's founded on. So I'm thankful for that.
I can agree on that.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to add today?
Just happy 4th of July to you and to everybody else out there.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. We'll see you very soon.
Pleasure.
All right. What are we out here celebrating today?
4th of July.
Okay, and what does that mean to you?
That mostly means celebrating our, like, where we live and mostly our freedom that we got here, and celebrating all of us that we came here and people that came from Mexico, different places in the world.
And so the fact that you came here and now you have freedom.
Yeah.
And can you tell me, what does freedom mean to you?
Freedom means like I could do anything I want. I don't have to do what people say to me. Like I can do whatever I want. I just don't have to like listen to other people that want me to do this specifically or specific job. I can do whatever I want mostly.
Okay, you could create the life you desire.
Yeah.
What do you believe are the biggest challenges our nation is facing right now?
Probably our water. Probably because we're going through a drought mostly.
And what is one way that we can address the problem of water?
By not like using too much like water, like when you're brushing your teeth, like when you turn it off, like turn it on when you need to use it, but when you don't need to use it, just like turn it off. Or like just don't leave the water running all
It's
the
a really
time.
good common sense solution. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sounds like with freedom, with our rights that we have as members of the United States, it also comes with responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you'd like to share?
Happy 4th of July. All my friends from school, like
Hi.
Hi,
My name is Lisa. What's your name?
Jean.
Jean. Nice to meet you, Jean.
Nice to meet you.
So we're here on the 4th of July, and I wanted to know what are we celebrating on the 4th of
We're
July?
celebrating the birth of our country. Yes.
And what about the birth of our country is a cause for celebration?
Well, it used to be the most wonderful place in the world to live. I'm not so sure right now, actually. I have my doubts. But when I was young, and it's my husband over there, political scientist.
Oh, he might be a great person to talk to too.
Yeah, we're free. We're free.
Yeah.
Tom!
She's over here. We're free, and so we're celebrating being free.
Yes.
Okay. And you alluded to before it was more to celebrate.
It seems like these are people interviewing us about.
Hi, Tom.
About why it is wonderful to live in this country.
Or
And I'm saying that we are free, but I have a question mark about that, whether we're really free. There's so many things that have happened to us.
Yeah, the Supreme Court is just boxing us in terribly. To think of not just the abortion, but the guns and the voting. I tell you, I'm not proud to be an American today. I have been a Lincolnian American. I studied Lincoln I taught Lincoln. And I still think he's got it right in just about every conceivable respect. And we are just in the business of repudiating him. So are you from this country?
I am from this country. In fact, I'm from the land of Lincoln,
Okay.
in Illinois.
We were there for a while
Yeah.
at the University of Chicago.
Okay.
We love Santa Barbara. We love our life here, but it doesn't compensate for catastrophe, for terror and tragedy. It doesn't compensate.
Yeah, it does. I agree. And I don't know if you've seen the news today, but there was a shooting. Have you heard of this?
No.
There was a shooting today in my hometown, actually, of Highland Park, Illinois, during the 4th of July parade this morning.
People killed.
6 people were killed,
6.
and over 24 in critical condition.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We often say that we're glad we're old, that we don't have to be so shocked at 6 people or 21 people. But of course we have children and we have grandchildren, and they're in their things. I don't even know if they know how scary life is and will be for them, because there doesn't seem to be anything that we can do to stop massacres and climate change and
Plastic.
Seems like there are things we could do. Yeah.
Our ocean out here, our beautiful ocean, is full of plastic.
There's a lot of problems that we have today in this country. I am in agreement with that. And I'm wondering, I wonder, you said that it doesn't feel like there's anything we can do about these things. But is that true?
Oh well, we would love to give money to bring out Democratic voters. But we're not nimble enough physically and so forth to get out and demonstrate or campaign or whatever. But if we thought that some Democratic candidate had a good shot, we'd sure like to help that.
And I'm curious also, because I hear your wife said that you're a political science professor. Is that true?
I sort of stopped learning about politics in the 17th century. I'm kind of a historian of thought, of political theory.
We could use that, though.
And in fact, I'm writing a book on a person who is quoted a lot in these chaotic Hobbesian times. I'm writing on Thomas Hobbes.
This is a great conversation, first of all. I could sit with you for hours. I'm curious.
What is going to become of it?
So what we're doing here, my platform that I'm building and the program that we're starting here is Spread Goodness TV. And the idea behind Spread Goodness TV is to uplift the vibration of the planet through acts of human kindness and generosity of spirit, but to take issues that are important also and ground us in what we can do to make this world a better place. So these are important issues that we're talking about right now, right? And my focus and my goal is to focus on now, what do we do about it? How can we create from this place? How do we envision more of what we want to see and then go out and create that? Because I believe we do have that power.
Well, it's a very fine aspiration, and you're young enough to, in fact, make it realistic. We're not. But actually, tonight we are having neighbors over who are interesting because one is kind of a Trump person, and the other not. And they are a kind of a lesson in getting along, but also in how we should view our neighbors as our neighbors and not necessarily as Trumpites. And I like my neighbor. So this is an example of where the two can possibly meet.
I appreciate your time and
Oh,
your
you're welcome. You're
expertise
welcome.
and your opinions, and thank
Okay,
you.
okay.
Well, I'm
Thank
glad
you
I
so
found my
much.
husband. He likes to talk about.
Oh,
He likes to talk. Being a professor.
yes. Thank you.
Next time on Spread Goodness TV.
What does Independence Day, 4th of July mean to you?
There's a lot of things going on in the world, but I am really hopeful that my country can change where it's at right now.
What would you say are some of the major challenges that we face today as a nation?
Just listening to the other side and hearing their point of view, and just listen to why other people are so upset, and understand and not point fingers at them, and that usually solves most issues.
I really do appreciate your perspective.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I mean,
'Cause
I
I
hope
think
you agree.
Well, I don't necessarily agree.
Okay,
but
what don't you agree with?
Wait. But what I think is really important is that we start listening to each other. And I
well,
really
me too. Well,
appreciate-
now I'm curious to
Yeah.
hear your standpoint.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's hear your standpoint.
Help us build our online community. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. If you would like to support our ability to provide uplifting content inspired by members of this community and communities around the world, please consider becoming a sponsor. For more information, email Lisa at spreadgoodness.love or visit spreadgoodness.love/sponsor.